What's up, doers? We're sticking with the early game trends on this one. So on this episode, we're going to show you how to build a early game, starter game mob farm. This is a pretty decent farm. It requires almost no resources, and the amount of stuff that you get from a little AFK section is pretty incredible. So let's just get into it. So the items that you're going to need on this build are a stack of builder blocks, 11 trapdoors, 3 hoppers, your chests as well, and possibly a name tag. You're also going to need a wolf and a cat. So let's get into it. Okay, so the first thing you're going to want to do for this build is just dig out a 3x1 trench like that. This is kind of just to solidify where we are going to be building. And then what you're going to do is leave a 2-block gap here and place down your builder blocks in that pattern. So 2 block deep, make sure that is 2 blocks high as well. And then you're going to put a trapdoor in the front there. This is where you're going to then get your villager in place. So just use a simple minecart and push him up and in, and then remove the minecart from the bottom there. Okay, and once you have your villager in place, what you're going to do next is turn to the inside here, and you're going to place 3 trapdoors all on the opposite side of where this villager is. And then what you're going to do is do this pattern here. So go 1, 2, and then out 1 again, and then 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then do the same thing for the other side. So that's 1, 2. So that's 1, 2. So that's 1, 2, out, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is what it should look like there. Okay, next what you're going to do is put a back on this whole thing here. And once you've done that, what you're going to do is come to the inside here and place down your 3 trapdoors in the center, but at the back there. And then this is where you are going to lure and put your dog. So using your leash, bring your dog over and get him in place, and then make him sit on the ground. Okay, once you have your dog in place and he is kind of just sitting there, what you want to do is then put your trapdoor above him like that. Okay, and then what you're going to do is build up 3 wide and 1 high on the back here. And then you're going to place a temporary block right there, and then out 1. So that way it's like that. Okay, then you're going to put your trapdoor, and trapdoor. Then you can remove those blocks, and then this is where you're going to put the cat. Okay, once you have your cat in place, you can sit it down like this, and then what you're going to do is make this whole thing 2 blocks high on all sides. Okay, once you've got a 2 blocks high, what we're going to do next is put some sort of roof on this. So you can do this out of full builder blocks if you want to, or you can use half slabs. I didn't put the slabs in the material list, but it does not really matter. Like I said, it can either be full blocks or half blocks. That is completely up to you. Okay, but before we do the roof, what we're going to do is we need to build this, or dig this down anyways. We need to dig it down far enough so that way it is a 1, or as soon as the mobs drop down here, when they get to the bottom, that they die instantly. So for me, that was about 24 or 25 blocks. So that's what we're going to do. Okay, once you are far enough down that it is a 1, or that the mobs will die as soon as they get down here, what you want to do is start to make yourself a little room or an area to collect all of your items from. So dig in here, place down your chest with your 3 hoppers going into it, then maybe some slabs or some trapdoors on the roof if you want to, and then all you have to do is just make your way back to the surface. Either do that by digging, making a staircase, or whatever, but your system is basically done after this. Okay, once your little kill chamber is done and you are back on the surface here, what you can do is put a roof on this thing. Now, like I said, you can use slabs or full blocks, but what I like to do actually is put slabs down along the outside here. Okay, like that. And then what I like to do is come in and up one. So that way you actually have a 2.5 space high there for the mobs to all spawn in. So, like I said, it's a half slab on the bottom there so that it is non-spawnable, and then a full block on top, or then a top half slab on top. Okay, and once you're all done, this is what it should look like here. Now I know it's not pretty, but it is effective. Okay, now if we just go up 120 or so blocks above this here chest where our kill chamber is, so we are at 37 right now. So if we go up to 157, we should be good. Okay, and here we are, 157. So we are 120 blocks above the chest there. We will just wait a few minutes.
A few moments later.
Okay, and as you can see, after just waiting not even a minute, it was literally like 45 seconds, we already have 3 gunpowder and 2 arrows. Now, I did build this farm overnight and do an AFK section, so here it is here. I just tore the roof off of it in order to stop these spawns from happening, but it is basically the same thing. We have the cat and the wolf in here, as well as the villager down there. Our kill chamber is down here. Okay, and if we look in this chest, as you can see, I removed the hopper, so we couldn't get any more items from it. But if we look into this chest, this is the amount of items that we got in about a 7-hour AFK session. So, that's pretty good. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 stacks of gunpowder, as well as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 stacks of bones. Then the arrows and the rotten flesh as well too. So I'd say that's pretty good for a simple 7-hour AFK session. I don't know about you guys, but I'd say that's pretty good for a simple little mob farm, a little 7-hour session. I mean, that's quite a bit of gunpowder there. And yeah, the system works pretty good. So, and basically how this sucker works is it uses the scare mechanic of the dog and the cat, as well as the pull mechanic for the zombies. So anywhere a zombie spawns in here, as you can see, it is attracted to the villager and ends up falling down the hole. This includes baby zombies as well. And then for the creepers, because creepers don't like cats, as soon as a creeper spawns in here, as you can see, it tries to get out of the range. The farthest point out of the range of the cat is those blocks there. As you can see, the creeper makes their way around and down the hole. Same thing for the skeletons. If you put a few skeletons in here, as you can see, they get scared because of the dog or the wolf there. They try to get to the farthest block away from it, which, like I said, is the block there where they fall down, and yeah, you're good to go. You're collecting bone meal. You know, sometimes they do take a second to kind of figure their way out, but once they do get there, you know, it is all downhill from there. So, okay, and if you are wondering, you can absolutely put these across from each other and then do the same thing again, so across and across from each other, and make one big giant thing. Now, I did 2 of them here. You do have to modify the insides a little bit, so as you can see here, I made it kind of into a little 5x5 fall area with water that pushes them down to the kill chamber down there. So you do have to do a little bit of modifications on it, but it is possible, and it is pretty efficient. As you can see, you do need dogs and cats on all sides, as well as the villager in the middle. This one here has been set up so that it is a mob farm in total. And if we go and look at this one here, as you can see, I put the trapdoors all along the top. So this is just a gunpowder farm. I let this run for 3 hours. So both of these and what we have in the chest below is what we got from it. So we'll check it out real quickly. Okay, now this one is the one that is set up for gunpowder. As you can see, we have nothing else here in the chests. And if we go to the chest here that is set up for the gunpowder, as you can see, in 3 hours, we got about 256 per hour, it seems like. Now, if we compare that to the one that is set up for the complete mob farm, which is this one over here, 180 per hour, plus all of the bones as well as the rotten flesh and the arrows. So to set this one up as a plain and simple mob farm would definitely be the most efficient way to get it, as you know, in the 3 hours you only get about 60 or so more gunpowder throughout the whole thing. So And if you are wondering, you can stack this thing. I did put it up here. Now I let this thing run overnight for about 6 or 7 hours. But if we look and see, okay, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 chests full of loot here. So as you can see, this is a pretty good, simple mob farm setup. It's perfect for early game and then some additional things if you do want to add on to it later on, and then even tile it up if you want to. So you do get the rotten flesh and the arrows from it as well too, but if you just set up a cleric here that you can sell the rotten flesh to, then you are good to go. You can make emeralds from this too, so this is more like a bone meal, gunpowder, and emerald farm if you really want to think about it. So yeah, there it is. There you have it, you guys. Like I said, this isn't very pretty, but it is effective. As you can see in just a short little AFK section, we did have quite a bit of materials from it, especially the gunpowder. That is a big one, and the bones for the bone meal as well too. That is pretty good. So yeah, anyways, hope you guys enjoyed. Hope this video helps. This is definitely something you can build in your worlds, and I'll definitely catch you on the next one. Woo, peace.